Hi, folks. I understood something today. I was watching, what's it called? I don't know what it's called. I was watching something. Real Time with Bill Mayer, I think it's called. I think it's called Real Time with Bill Mayer. Let me look. Yeah, Real Time with Bill Mayer. Yes. It was the first episode they've had on for a while, but there was one bit on that was very interesting, actually. He was talking about politicians, and politicians are only really honest about politics and the lies that most politicians say when they've lost their job and have no hope of getting the job again, or near death. And then they become brave. Then they say what was always there that they should have said when they were actually in power. And I realised something. That's what I do now. I say what is truth. And again, I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own backside. I'm just saying I recognise that, okay, I'm not waiting until I die. Now, it's going to take me a bit to understand why, because I think, again, it comes down to that point of in childhood, teenage years, I didn't get all the social acceptance and the social rules and everything that goes with that. I didn't get that. And because I didn't get it, that was the thing. I didn't get it. It was, I didn't get the tools that most people get that stop them from doing that. And so therefore I've pretty much always done that. And again, I grew up at a time when we weren't that concerned about doing that. We might lose a friend, but so what? We didn't care. Yeah, we understood that truth mattered, even if it's just from the point of view that if you've got someone who's annoying you and they keep doing something that annoys you, and they do it all the time, if you can finally tell them that that thing annoys you, stop doing it, they might actually stop doing that thing. And so maybe your life will get easier if you're just truthful. Maybe. It's only ever a maybe, isn't it, really? But yeah, we can be in that situation where we can be truthful. But as I say, it's only when you don't care about the consequences. Because again, what consequences are worse? Saying what is true or not saying? When I'm talking about the things I'm talking about, the last video, I know that there are people who are of God in churches seeing what I've seen. If they can watch or listen to that last video and understand what they're seeing as what it actually is, then maybe they can get their backsides out of church and understand that their life would be better if they just get out of that. Because in that, they still hope. Most people do still hope in church that, if they are of God, that they can turn this church around. And the answer is you can't. The video I did the other day talking about the fact with most churches that have been built badly, they have to be knocked down. You can't rebuild them from the inside. It has to be knocked down. And if you think that you can rise up in church by doing things the way they want to do things, and then you'll be in a position to knock it down and rebuild it, well, who's going to let you do that? Not the people that are there. They won't let you do that. What you need to do is get out. And if God wants you to build a church, then God will get you to build a church. But, if God wants you in a church, he'll put you in one, but he'll put you in one that's going to do things according to him. But then again, trying to find one of those, oh, jeez, good luck. Seriously, good luck. Yeah, you may very well find a church. There will be churches that are trying, at least, trying to do things according to God. And to those churches, I wish them all the best. I really do. If I can do anything to help them, I would. I would stay up all night with them, trying to help them if I could. But the reality is, the rest of the churches, no. As I said in the last video, the reality is, if I see that in churches again, then my way of dealing with that has to be, well, I wish you well. I won't be back. And yeah, that's it. Take care. Yeah, you're choosing this. Okay, that's your choice. I'm not. Well, again, it's not because I'm better than anyone else. It's because I know what I know. And I can't unknow it. And with knowing what I know, every time I see that, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, come on. People! John 4:23, how can you not bloody well see that? It's there, huh? You're supposed to be doing things according to that, and then here you are. Come on. What are you doing that? Yeah. And so therefore, no, I'm not going to put myself through that. And again, most people would be more offended by the words I used a second ago than the fact that people are worshipping in a way that is bowing down to the devil. Swearing is worse than doing that. Yeah, okay. It isn't. No. Swearing is just using a bad word, or a word that is considered as bad, because it's not a bad word. There's no such thing as a bad word, really. It's a word that's considered as bad. Worshipping the Son of God is choosing the way of doing things in church that's worshipping the devil. Yeah, that's a whole different thing.